Hey guys, so a few months ago I had to write a BuzzFeed article for one of my classes, and like anyone can write a BuzzFeed article. You don't have to be like chosen to be published, you just are like a community user. But anyway, I had to write one for a class and we could write about anything we wanted to, so I decided to write it on things I learned from the Disney College Program. I compiled a list of 15 things that I learned from the Disney College Program that I thought stood out or my friends thought stood out from the program. I will link that article down below if you're interested in reading it. Today I'm just going to talk about 5 of those things because if I talked about all 15 this would be like an hour long. So here are 5 things that I learned from the Disney College Program that I thought were pretty important. The first thing that I learned from the program is how to adult. And I know that's like a thing where people are like, oh, I don't know how to adult. But living on your own for like the first time and like moving away from home teaches you a lot. Pretty much have to do everything by yourself. For a lot of people, it's the first time that they move away from home or like away from college or something like that, and they're completely on their own. So you have to go grocery shopping, you have to do all your own laundry, you have to figure out rent and how you're gonna pay for it, which I mean, it comes out of your paycheck, but like still, a lot of times it's the first time people are paying rent. You also have to cook for yourself, and there's not like a dining hall like if you're at a dorm or something. And I kind of viewed it as like a trial run, I guess, for like completely being on my own eventually, because you kind of get to figure things out with still that blanket of rent being taken out for you and like having a lot of things are taken care of for you on the program. But still, it kind of just like gives you a little sense of what it's going to be like later on when you're completely on your own. And I thought it was super valuable. And I know it opened a lot of people's eyes since it was like the first time they were on their own. And yeah. The second thing that I thought stood out for me on the program is the value of genuine friendships. The way that I always explain it is that you and the other college programmers you meet, we're all just thrown into this situation. And you pretty much all have to just figure it out together and on your own, and it creates such a bond that like is so hard to explain, and other people don't get it to put it simply. I mean, you are constantly surrounded by these people, whether you're coworkers or roommates or just your friends. You spend so much time together that like you become so close. The way that I was explaining it also is that like the people that you choose to be friends with on the program, you choose to befriend because you wanted to, and you choose to invest in them because you wanted to, not because you're forced to, you know? And you meet such a wide variety of people on the program that like is hard, like the diversity is crazy, and you meet so many people that have different values or different opinions than you and different lifestyles, and like it's just such a special thing to be immersed in that, if that makes sense. I don't know if that really makes sense. The people you meet there are the greatest people you will ever meet. The majority are there for the same purpose of you, and that's to create happiness for a guest. And like if one of your goals is to create happiness and one of their goals is to create happiness, you can just see how that is a great thing to have in your life from another human, you know? I don't know, it's hard to explain. And like obviously you can find genuine friendships anywhere, but like the friendships from the program are so different than anything that I can compare to. And like it's cool because a year later and I'm still best friends with so many people that I met on the program. I don't know, there's a thing about when you move away from a place, you know, when you leave a place or move, it's very easy to lose connections with all the people that you met there, or a lot of the people. But like the people that I've met and invested in from the program, I'm still very close to this day, and like some have come to visit us, or like we've gone back to Florida multiple times to visit them. And I think that's really special and cool that like they made such an impact that like they're still so relevant, and it's so great. And I'm gonna stop talking about them now because I could just keep going on, but like shout out friends, Illy. The next thing that I learned on the program that I think is so important is how to put others before yourself. Working customer service at one of the places that like values customer service so greatly has taught me so much about just putting aside everything and putting someone else first. And that's something that I haven't been drilled that much into my head so much besides working at Disney. And it's made such a difference in life, like drop of a hat, take care of something for someone, or constantly asking people if they need other things, and just like guests at Disney can be not great all the time and they're hard to deal with. And like the constant having to deal with that has made putting others in everyday life such a priority, because that's what was drilled into my head for 7 months, and it's still there, you know, a year later, still there, still putting people in front of myself. And that is something that I value so much because it's so important in life to be selfless and all that, and helping and giving of others. And like, I truly think that a lot of that and how I think about it now stems from Disney. And I think that's really cool. Every day for 7 months I had to put people's needs in front of my own, and that has since transcended into everyday life, and I'm grateful for that. Another thing that I learned on my program that is kind of a sad truth, but still relevant, is how valuable time can be. Being only there for 7 months or 8 weeks to a year, however long your program is or however long you work at Disney, time goes by so fast, and it's so sad because blink of an eye and your program's over. You know, it's been a year since my program ended and it feels like it was just yesterday. It's just crazy how fast time goes. You start to realize that as your program goes on that like time is counting down and you need to make the most of every minute that you're there pretty much. In a very short amount of time you have trained in your role and you've started work and you've mastered what you're doing and you're getting comfortable and you've made friends, and then it's over. And that is so sad to think about, but it's true. And of course you knew the ending was coming, but it comes so fast, and I can never say that enough. Like, it just goes by so fast. You truly learn how to cherish every single moment and make the most of every single moment that you have, because it's gonna be gone. That has also like transformed the way I view time now. And if you're not careful, it'll just keep flying by, and then what, you know? It's just so important to take every moment and cherish it and find the value in the time, because eventually it will be over, and that's really sad, but that's the truth. And instead of being sad about the time ending, you can think back on all the good things that came from that time and just how special it was. And then the final thing that I want to talk about is I learned that Disney is forever. It's so crazy to think back. Disneyland just celebrated its 61st anniversary, and it's been 61 years since the Parks Division has been a thing. And that's insane. There's been 61 years of tradition and 61 years of memories and magic and all of that. And like, you were a part of it, and it makes me emotional. Oh my God, thinking about it. But it's true. The whole theme of Disneyland's celebration was that Disneyland is forever. Disney is there forever. Disney's a constant, and that is so special. And as sad as that is, Disney is always there, and Disney's a constant, and it will be forever. And no matter how sad it is that your program's over and that your time at Disney is over, it's always there to go back to. And either it's to work or visit or whatever, it's just always there. Walt Disney is so amazing, and he started something that is truly so special to so many people, and it will be forever. And that, I have goosebumps thinking about it. Oh my God. It's easy to get wrapped up in the bad guests and the bad shifts and the bad parts of the job, but at the end of the day, it is so special, and it is so, like, it's a legacy, and you're a part of it, and it's so easy to forget sometimes, but like, it's true. Disneyland is forever, but there was a time that you were a part of that. There's a time that you created the happiness and created the magic, and there's a time that you impacted that forever, and I think that's incredible. So if you did the program, thank you for continuing Walt's legacy, because it's so great. It's so great. So that is 5 of the 15 things that I talked about on BuzzFeed. I thought those 5 kind of just encompass the main things that I learned on the program. But again, like I said at the beginning, if you're interested in reading what I had to say about them more on BuzzFeed, or like the other things that I talked about, I'll link it down below. But yeah, I hope this gave a little insight into why I thought the program was so like rich in experience and rich in knowledge and wisdom and things like that. And I hope it kind of makes sense, because it's hard to express to others how impactful it can be, you know? I don't know. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you did the program, let me know down below what the most valuable thing is that you learned from the program, because I'm so curious as to what others have to say on this topic. And yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like to see more content, mostly Disney related, but we do some other things occasionally on this channel. I just ate my hair. Did you see that? And I'll see you tomorrow. Can you hear the cicadas? Really lovely, huh?